Hey YouTube, this is Vargas, and I am back again with another round of DVD updates. Just wanted to share with you guys the stuff that I got. This is a week's worth of stuff that I got through Movie Freak Bazaar. So let's get started. First one I picked up is called A Soldier Story. This is from what I read on the back, this is a blind buy. I have not seen this movie. It seems to be a murder mystery about the murder of a black soldier during the end of World War II. So it's not here, but I'm guessing Denzel Washington has a very small role. Because it doesn't say he's not credited anywhere, but I can see an image of him. So, and it's in his filmography, I checked, so I don't know. First one came out in 1984, so I guess he wasn't that big of a name there to have his name credited. But yeah, it sounded really interesting, so that's why I picked it up. Next one that I picked up, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I probably did, but one of my favorite Christmas stories is Christmas Carol. My favorite version, of course, is the one with George C. Scott. I love that movie. That one's my favorite one. The next one is the one with Bill Murray, Scrooged. Then there's one with Patrick Stewart that's really good. Then the Mickey Mouse one is really good. But there's a whole bunch of versions. So to add one more, the Smurfs: A Christmas Carol, which I'm guessing it follows the story of the Christmas Carol with the Smurfs, and Grumpy Smurf is going to be the Scrooge equivalent here. But yeah, why not? I have so many versions of A Christmas Carol, why not add another one? Picked up this one, Two Brothers, another blind buy. I don't think I've ever seen this one, but it's a story about two tiger brothers that, I don't know if it's like a documentary or an actual movie, but it looks like it's a movie, so yeah. Picked up Counter-Strike, not based on the video game. There's the action genre from the 90s and the early 2000s is a mixed bag. Sometimes you would get something really low budget but really good. Sometimes you would get something really low budget and really bad. Sometimes you would get something in between that has a nice production value and it's actually pretty good. No idea where this falls. Rob Estes and Joe Lando, I don't think I've seen them in much. Probably have, but yeah, I don't know. That looked cool. And in that same vein, picked up Witness to a Kill, another blind buy. But again, I blind buy a lot of movies, a lot of stuff, but that's why I collect movies. To introduce myself to new stuff, stuff that might be good, stuff that might be bad, but I get a good laugh of it. The only sin a movie can really make is that it's boring. It could have the worst production values, it could have the worst acting, but if I get a laugh out of it, it was worth the purchase. But if a movie is just boring as sin, then it's a fail. But with these and movies kind of like this, I don't know, sometimes I get a kick out of watching something really bad with really terrible special effects. But that's the kind of collector I am. A lot of people might not. That's how I roll. So Witness to a Kill, I don't know anyone. I don't know that one. This one I picked up just because of the director. It's the same director that did Cinema Paradiso, and I love Cinema Paradiso. That one's an Italian movie. I think it's Italian. It's an Italian movie that focuses on a movie theater, and it's awesome. I highly recommend it. And this is a movie that he directed called Ba'aira, and it's filmed by Giuseppe Tornatore. So I don't think it'll be as good as Cinema Paradiso, because that one is really cool, but it might be good. Also, I mentioned this before, I'm on this quest to acquire and watch movies from spy thrillers from the 70s and the 60s, movies from the 60s and the 70s in general, but mostly that. A couple of while ago I got the Parallax View, which is amazing, but I've never seen a Japanese spy thriller. I have a couple of Japanese movies. They're period pieces from Akira Kurosawa and the like. I have a lot of anime. I'll have a lot of really out there movies, but I don't think I've seen a political spy thriller from Japan. And this is that. It's Midnight Eagle. It's a political spy thriller, apparently, made in Japan with Japanese actors, and that sounds really interesting, so pick that one up. Starring Dean Cain, who appears in a lot of these kind of uplifting, sometimes religious movies, sometimes just uplifting Hallmark kind of movies, but this is A Mile in His Shoes. I'm gonna admit I'm not a big fan of the sport of baseball, nor do I enjoy video games based on baseball. I don't know. I gave it a chance, but I never quite could get into baseball. However, I do really like movies around and centered around baseball. Field of Dreams is a really cool one. Angels in the Outfield, the Disney movie that I picked up, that's a good one. So I don't know how this one will fare, but picked it up. This one I remember my parents renting it way back on VHS, and then I saw it once or twice on TV. I've never come across a copy of it on DVD until now, in a snapper case made in America, starring Whoopi Goldberg, Ted Danson, and Will Smith. I'm pretty sure I saw this movie before Independence Day. Pretty sure. But I don't know if Will Smith was already doing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when this came out. But this is the earliest movie that I remember starring that had Will Smith in it, before Bad Boys. But yeah, picked up that. This one I didn't even know existed. It's I have the movie, I have the DVD release of this, but this is an extended, unrated cut of Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide is a really good movie. I really like it. Again, had no idea this was a thing, that they made a extended unrated. The thing about this is that sometimes it's really good. They do add more to the movie and fill out plot holes, so it's there's a reason to purchase an extended version of a movie. Sometimes they just add like a scene and that's it. Sometimes they rearrange the scenes and it actually makes the movie worse. But I like collecting movies, and I like collecting variants of movies because you do get a different experience sometimes. So yeah, the extended unrated version of Crimson Tide. I'll let you know if that one is worse than the original or better. Another blind buy. These are all blind buys. But I picked it up because it stars Margaret Kidder. But this is called Mob Story. I genuinely have not seen this one. I don't know anything about this, so I'll let you know how it is. This one, I'm 80% sure I saw a video where Miranda from Miranda's Movies and Grub mentioned this. And I saw it and I was like, wow, that really is giving off Monsters vibes. And decided to pick it up. Monster Family. I'm really lucky, you might call it, that I see a movie, I see someone talk about a movie, and they show that film. Man, that looks interesting. I'll look for it, and then it might take a week, it might take a little bit more than that, but thankfully, and I'm knocking wood that my luck continues that way, I do come across the movie that they talk about, and I own it. So, but this one is an animated movie with a Frankenstein, what looks to be a vampire, a werewolf, so you got the monsters dynamic there, and a mummy instead of a human. So yeah, really gives out a lot of Monsters vibe. I'm surprised no one got sued over this, but yeah, I want to check it out for myself. I own the prequel, or maybe that's the first part and this is the second part, but I know it's the second part. The one I have is called Tai Chi Zero, and this one is called Tai Chi Hero. I love martial arts movies. They're really cool. Again, a very diverse genre. Sometimes they're really bad, sometimes they're really good. But that's what you get when you collect and blind buy. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. And in that vein, I picked up this one, another blind buy, Power Kids. It says it's Die Hard with kick-ass kids. I'm guessing it's a bunch of kids that fight terrorists, maybe. I don't know, but picked up that. And to add to my never-ending Disney collection, but this time it's a full screen. I have seen this movie in Movie Freaks albums. They're always full screen, but finally picked up a widescreen copy of 8 Below, starring the late Paul Walker and a bunch of my favorite species of dogs, the Huskies. I really, really love that. I attribute my love for Huskies because I read White Fang at a really, really young age. So I like the idea of a wolf, and the Huskies to me kind of look like wolves, so that's why I love Huskies. Even though unless I own like a really big mansion, I'll never be able to own a Husky. So I'll watch them on TV and on movies. So yeah, 8 Below. So that was the pickup for this round. When I remember to do it, I like to recommend out the standouts. A lot of blind buys, honestly, but I'm gonna go with the one that I'll probably think. There's quite a few here that I think I'll enjoy. But I'm gonna recommend Crimson Tide. It's a good movie, but I'll let you know if the extended one is better or worse. So yeah, that was this week of purchases. Please stay tuned for another batch of movies to talk about. But until I see you, take care, and you'll see me in a bit. But I'll see you later. Bye.